All characters are not equal. Some are stronger, some are faster, and then at the top of the social hierarchy are the most fashionable. But who has the most drip? I want to find the answer, so I created a list of the most iconic video game characters of the last 25 years, and then I got rid of the ones that don't wear clothes, and I'll be putting them in tiers of most to least fashionable. Alright, let's start with the tiers. I've never been a big fan of using letter grades, so at the top we have peak drip, followed by very cool, then it works, basic, and then cringe / trying too hard. That's where I belong. First we have Aloy. So she's got just basic furs, her clothing isn't asking too much of you, but I feel like there's nothing special about it, so I'm gonna put her in basic. Alucard's design is pretty cool. It does feel like it's a bit much when you consider it's a cape, then a coat, then a waistcoat, then the ascot, but I feel like it works for him, so I would have to put him in very cool. If he weren't a vampire, it would be cringe. Now this outfit works for his world, but it is a lot with all the spikes and the skulls and the fur. I would have to put him in cringe. Now for Cloud, I do have to give up my bias. I played the game a lot as a kid, so to me, Cloud is peak drip. So now that I've disclaimed my bias, I'm gonna roll with it and put him in peak drip. Now the engineer boots look pretty cool. The gun belts he uses are kind of silly when you look at them, but I don't think it's too bad. Being shirtless under a leather trench coat is just asking a bit much, so I'm gonna put him in cringe. Doomslayer was created in the 90s, so there's really no surprise that there's nothing that stands out about his outfit, so I'm just gonna put him in basic. Okay, so Hero does look pretty cool when you're playing the game, but if you think about it, it's not all that great. I'll just put him in it works. The tough thing about judging Ezio is that it's hard to tell if this is what people in Renaissance Italy actually dressed like. Ultimately, the florets he has going on aren't too bad. It's the belt that's just a bit much, but overall, I do think it works. It's kind of funny how it works out that some characters are iconic in gaming just because they've been in Smash Bros. If they never put Captain Falcon in the original, no one would know who he is. The overall aesthetic is good, but I'm gonna have to put him in basic. Faith has a really cool design, but her very thing is a minimalist aesthetic, so the thing is she's basic by design. But the accents of red do help it look pretty good, so I will put her in it works. Fox's outfit would be cringe if he were a human. The high collar is a bit much, but that's the only thing that's a bit much, so I'll put him in it works. The thing about Gordon Freeman is that people don't actually like Gordon Freeman. They like Half-Life. If you look at his armor, it's not great. Nah, man. Gordon Freeman is cringe. Certified cringe. Geralt's design is based around being a little more realistic. He looks pretty cool, but it's missing that oomph. So I'll just put him in very cool. He's not quite peak drip. Jin Kazama is the kind of design you try to create with fighting game protagonists. By design, he's just supposed to work and nothing else. Okay, despite how memorable Joel is, he's not actually trying to be a cool protagonist. It works, so I'll just put him in it works. John Marston's design is really great. I think this is as much drip as a cowboy can get without it looking like he's trying too hard. So I'll put him in peak drip, but only cowboys should try dressing like this. Joker's design isn't too bad. The accents of red on the gloves look very cool, but the thing that breaks it for me is the mask. The mask is trying too hard. Joker's cringe. Certified cringe. The fact that you always start the games in something like this shows it's his base outfit, and it's just basic. At least he's not trying too hard. Lara Croft's outfit has always just been ponytail and tank top combo. I'll say it works, but there's definitely no drip here. So the cool things about Leon are his hair and his jacket. I'm not a fan of the color brown, but I think his jacket works with the color scheme of the games, so I'm going to put Leon in very cool. The classic green Link look is one that really grows on you. In '98, I definitely didn't think it looked cool, but it has grown on me, so I'm going to put Link in very cool. What I like about this Link is the way he does his hair, but past that, it feels like any generic adventure protagonist could look like this. Everything about her outfit works pretty well, except for her boots. If you look closely, they're boots within boots. That's just a bit too much. I'm gonna put her in cringe. Lyn is also a fan favorite in the Fire Emblem franchise. In this case, I would have to say the simplicity helps rather than hurts. I'm gonna put Lin in very cool. Do I even need to say anything? Mario's basic. Actually, if you think about it, Mario's cringe. By design, Master Chief is supposed to be basic. That being said, I think his armor works just because it has the black undertones. I would say Master Chief works. All other Mega Man versions are basically naked, but this one has enough going on that it feels like he's actually doing something with his style. That being said, I really don't like the spandex jumpsuit aesthetic, and that's basically what he's doing. I would have to put Mega Man.exe in cringe. So let's start with what I like about the Nahabino. I like his blue hair, the overall blue color scheme with white accent, his sword hand, very sick. He has that spandex one-piece suit aesthetic I was just talking about. The designs on his suit actually glow blue, and that's too much. Nahabino's cringe. Nathan Drake is the very concept of function over fashion. I would put him in It Works, and leave it at that. Princess Peach's aesthetic is just cartoon princess, and the way she styles her hair isn't too bad. I think Princess Peach works. So let's start with what I like about Raiden. I like his overall silver color scheme. I like the way he does his hair. I like the heels, as funny as they are. I think they work. But I don't like the claws on his feet. I don't like the claws on his hands. I don't like the claws on his gauntlets. And I don't like the detailing on his synthetic muscles. Honestly, it's trying so hard. Raiden is absolutely cringe. His yellow sneakers aren't bad. The purple hoodie with red hood does look kind of cool. But at the end of the day, he's basic. I think Trainer's design is very cool without trying too hard. He's just not quite peak drip. His key outfit has always been the blue jacket with the torn sleeves, the white headband, and the dagger on his belt. I'd have to put him on peak drip. Weirdly enough, I feel that Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku is the best one. All his other iterations are somewhere around cringe, but I think Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku works. Just like Jin, Ryu's going for a basic fighting game protagonist look. That being said, I think combining the classic karate gi with the modern day karate gloves is just not very great. I think Ryu is basic. Sans wears a hoodie, he wears shorts, and he wears slippers. If you look at it objectively, it's pretty basic. Wolf's design overall works well, but when you look at it closely, there's so much going on, it's trying too hard. I'd have to put him in cringe. I love Final Fantasy VII. I like Sephiroth as a villain. I think his trench coat looks sick. But let's be real here, Sephiroth is an edgelord. He's top cringe. In the 90s, Sheik had a spandex one-piece suit aesthetic. As time has gone on, that's been changed and more details been added, but it hasn't made Sheik look any better. I'd have to say Sheik is cringe. Look, I liked Mass Effect. You liked Mass Effect. But can you really say that the N7 armor is drip? No, because it isn't. Shepard is basic. Johnny Silverhand has a robot hand, he has a military vest, he has leather pants, and he has sunglasses. He's basic. Snake's military outfit does look great, but only because it's Snake. That being said, at least it's trying to do something and isn't just a generic military outfit. It works. Sora's outfit has gotten better throughout the years, but it doesn't really matter which version you use. The shorts are just too baggy. It's asking too much. Sora's cringe. Now that we've had 20 years of hindsight, I can objectively say, with no bias, Tidus is, and always has been, cringe. The new design on Tifa's outfit makes it look a bit sportier and more functional, which I think looks really great. I'd say Tifa's outfit works. I unironically believe Tommy Vercetti is the face of the Grand Theft Auto franchise. His outfit works pretty well, but you have to remember that this takes place in the 80s. How much slack should we give him for that though? Let's call him basic and leave it at that. Tracer's jacket and gauntlet combo look really cool. The leggings and shoes would be a bit much, but you have to remember she's always running around, so I would put Tracer in pretty cool. Is Virgil cringe? I would have to say yes. Zelda's newest iteration does look pretty great, with the blue shirt and the braided hair. I think it works. Without a doubt, Zero is cooler than Mega Man X. His red with accents of white looks pretty great. One thing that's always bothered me about Zero is that it looks like he's wearing a diaper. That's cringe. And there you have it. This is my definitive list of... Wait, hold on. Okay, Now it's a definitive tier list. These are just my rankings. I can only be so objective. But what do you think? Let me know, and thanks for watching.